What's good, y'all? This is your boy Joe Cliff, and what I'm gonna need for y'all to do is to hit that like button, hit that share button, comment a little something, make sure you subscribe, and get these videos running. We gotta get these analytics up, we gotta get it running through the algorithms, and we gotta get it going. Make sure you tap in. Joe Cliff, outside looking in, all that good stuff. You already know the Joe Show. We rocking. Thank y'all. We out. What's good, y'all? This is your boy Joe Cliff. We are here. Let me get a little comfortable. We're gonna be here for a little minute. Give me 1 second. I know you hear Mook back there. Mook's still in the back going, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The event is not over yet, but it is the bottom of the third. Oh man. First and foremost, big shouts out to URLTV, big shouts out to Smack, Chico, Beasley, everybody at URL, bringing battle rap back to New York. But please don't do it again. Please leave battle rap where it's been. The small rooms, Atlanta, Houston, North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, the West Coast. Leave battle rap where it's been. First and foremost, I didn't think that it would get this nutty inside the building. They was going up in the beginning of the event, you know what I'm saying? T-Top came on stage, they booed T-Top. They're screaming start the event. Like, they was going up a little bit at the beginning of the event. So it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? New York is New York. We already know how New York, Urban Plaza, you know, all the venues get around here. And then Stumbles versus Kid Slade happens. Stumbles versus Kid Slade, like Stumbles, he had like a little stumble during his first 4 to 8 bars. It seemed like he was about to go up, and then I think he got like a little nervous because the crowd was really like, they was messing with him. They was into it. They was, you know, backing him. So like, I think he got like a little too nervous, a little too anxious, and he messed up. They didn't boo him. They let him get it back. You know what I'm saying? They let him rap. Kid Slade goes. Kid Slade, man, he's fire. Kid Slade's so fire. He was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So Kid Slade goes. You know, he wins round 1. Stumbles. He messes up again. The crowd perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Fine. They let him get it back. You know, the first battle, they was alright. They let the 2 go. You know, it was a good battle. Hands down, it was a good battle. Stumbles versus Kid Slade was a good battle. I wasn't able to take no notes for the first couple battles because I was actually cooking, but I do got some notes for the rest of the battle, so we're gonna go through the notes when it's time to get there. But Stumbles versus Kid Slade was a good battle. The crowd was pretty much neutral, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't no booing, there wasn't no get this man's off the stage type energy and nothing like that. So it was pretty decent. And then you have Swamp versus Arsenal, which is probably the worst battle of the night besides Geechi Gotti and Murda Mook. And we're gonna get there. Geechi versus Mook is a travesty, bro. But Swamp versus Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? We get to that battle and it's pretty much the same thing. Like, Arsenal had a lot of dry spots. The third round, he takes a crazy shot at Mook. He takes a shot at Kid Slade, you know what I'm saying, and a couple other people that he wants to battle. And, you know, overall, that was one of the most lackluster battles there was as far as, like, dry spots and just material-wise, honestly. Like, Swamp was talking to Arsenal. Hey, he was very angle-based, but Arsenal had so many, like, you know, so much filler and just domination, abomination, salamination, like all that type of stuff. You know how Ars gets. Like, I don't know. He needs to go to the drawing board, man. He needs to figure it out because what he's doing isn't working. His last round, very shocking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people disagreed with what he said. I'm not going to repeat it, but he did fire on Mook. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Arsenal's good at, but he needs to figure out a way to make his raps better, entertain a little better. Like, he's pretty much trying to convince the crowd and convince the viewers and us that, like, yo, he's winning throughout the round. He's like talking to Swamp. He's like, oh, you're learning something tonight. Like, he's like, the end of the second round, oh, you're down 2-0. He's down 2-0. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kicking his ass. Like, you know, all the weird stuff. I'm over all that. So Arsenal versus Swamp, very lackluster, very, very lackluster. One of my least favorite battles of the night. And then we get to the bowl. We get to the madness. This is where the madness starts to take place. You know what I'm saying? This is where the madness starts to take place. And this is where we should have seen where it was going when it got to this battle. So, Jazz versus Vixen comes up. Jazz versus Vixen comes up. You know, Vixen gets called to the stage. No reaction, no applause, nothing. Jazz gets called to the stage. You know, this is homecoming. This is home court advantage for Jazz. She's literally at home. You know what I'm saying? So Jazz gets called to the stage, and they go crazy. They go crazy. And Jazz, off rip, she didn't wait for no coin toss or anything like that. She just starts rapping. So Jazz, like, every line was like, she was cooking too, though. That's the thing. Jazz was really cooking, but every line, the gas was through the roof. We're talking about West Coast price gas. We're talking about $7.50, $8 a gallon type gas. You know what I'm saying? So it was done for round one. Jazz was going crazy, and then Vixen goes. And Vixen kind of neutralized the situation at first. Like, she was getting some cheers. She was going. It's almost, that first round is almost debatable. And then, you know what I'm saying? I finished cooking, so I was able to finally start listening, pay attention, and taking some notes, and then get to the second round. And that's when Jazz, like, you know, she really starts to get in her bag. Vixen was crazy too, and that's why I say this is why we should have known what was about to happen as far as the Murda, Mook, and Geechi battle. They gave the second round, it was like a nuclear bomb pretty much from Jazz. She came out off rip. She started to rebuttal. She rebutted one of Vixen's lines, and then she started to come with an angle. She was angling Vixen about her flow. You know what I'm saying? She mimicked the flow, talking about how she took Twerk's flow, things like that. And then she started to go in, like she took the black and the white angle too. She said, "I'll leave this bitch lying on the floor. Like, I'll leave this bitch lying on niggas. R.I.P. to Emmett Till." She's like, racist rally, white lives sprayed all on the wall. Like, Jazz really started to get in her bag, and it was Don DeMarco's all over the place. She was really cooking. It started to get real dark for Vixen, because Jazz couldn't even really get through her bars. She was saying things like 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, you're 1 suck away from being Yoshi G. Like, she started to really cook, and it started to get dark for Vixen. So Vixen goes in that second round, and that's when I say the bias the bias shown, like, drastically. She was cooking too. She was like, I heard you got the juice. I couldn't wait to squeeze the big apple. I'll turn this pumpkin head into a jack-o'-lantern. Silencer, Al Capone. You won't hear nothing but the sig on the stage, on the big stage again. Like, Vixen was cooking, but there was no, there was no reaction, and it kind of messed with her, because for the bars where she knew she should have got reaction, she was stopping and pausing and waiting for that reaction. So that started to mess with her. It's kind of like a lot of battle rappers got to stop doing that. Like, that's probably the thing that Geechi did best during his battle with Murda Mook. Well, the first 2 rounds. He rapped straight through, even though he knew he should have got reaction, and he wasn't getting reaction. So he continued to rap through, and you know what I'm saying? It made it a little easier. But Vixen did not do that, so it made it look a little nasty on camera. Like, it started to look a little nasty, because she's sitting there, she'll stop, she'll pause, she'll be like, okay, she'll jump back into her bars. Like, it started to get a little choppy, kind of. And it's all because, like, the fans in that New York crowd, bro, like, they're stone cold. They're very stone cold. They wasn't giving her nothing. And then there's a point where they even started to boo her a little bit. So it's like, bro, and she wasn't saying or doing anything worth being booed. It's just they wasn't messing with her, you know what I'm saying? So third round comes up and Jazz gets really into her bag. She starts to break down the history of New York battle rap, the history of Irving Plaza. She was breaking down the differences between her and Vixen, how when Vixen was somewhere in Milwaukee doing whatever, she was gracing stages on Irving Plaza, shaking rooms, all that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, oh, my favorite, yo, one crazy bar Jazz had during her third, she was like, your favorite could die at any time, like the Game of Thrones. Like, Jazz was completely cooking, so was Vixen, but it was like so hard for Vixen to actually, you know what I'm saying? It was hard for her to gain any control after that second round based upon like just the biasness, being booed a little. She was booed in the third round again. Like, it got a little crazy, man. My overall opinion on Jazz versus Vixen, man, it's gotta be an app battle. Like, seriously, you gotta watch Jazz versus Vixen and Mook versus Geechi. It's gonna be a little different on the app when they drop on the app, because based upon all the gas in the building. And you can see I'm on Twitter right now. I was on Twitter going through, you know what I'm saying, the hashtags and stuff. Everybody sees it. Everybody's talking about it, how the gas was. Even Mook's corner. You got serious, like, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. Mook versus Geechi Gotti. Mook wins the coin toss. Geechi goes first. He said, swing on me, all you're gonna be seeing is dots. So many dots, a blind man can read the crime scene. Like, Geechi comes out swinging, and he's getting reaction at first. You know what I'm saying? He said, the shit I did back then, you could rap about now. I guess I was a content creator. DVD smack, don't camera. You should feel deja vu. He said, pop murder shit, feel like a Marvin Gaye. Like, bro, Geechi was bombing in that first round. That first round, Geechi was going crazy, but it was a little short, but it was concise. It was accurate. It was very, I wouldn't say angle-based, but he was punching heavy, and it was straight to the point. And then we get to Murda Mook's round. Bro. And like Mook just literally breathes and the crowd goes crazy. He starts with like he really did. It was kind of a cheat code. He used the East and West beef, and he used the Biggie and Tupac angle, like off the rip, to kind of like pretty much solidify what he was gonna happen. He was like, I've been wanting to kill you because you're from the city that killed Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much used that, and then from there on, it was crazy. Like, the gas was through the roof. It was nasty. Like, they was cheering for bars like price on his head like a prostitute, seafood, and then I'm seasoned Old Bay shit. Like, they was cheering for the weakest, the nastiest, the craziest bars. The gas was through the roof in New York. Like, it really started to take away from the battle. I couldn't even get no more, like, seriously, like, I couldn't write no more bars really for the Murda Mook and Geechi battle, because it got to the point where I'm just watching like, bro, like, can he get through his bars? Like, every line, like, seriously, no exaggeration, no joke, nothing. Every line, no matter what the line was, like, it's so nasty. Geechi starts to go in his second. They're not letting him get through the second, but his second is so fire. Honestly, like, Geechi's second, I got Geechi taking the second. Of course, Mook took, like, Mook's first. I don't know, bro. Mook took the first regardless of what anybody says. Like, I don't know. This is such a weird battle because of all the gas and everything that was going on. Mook's corner, Like, it was just a weird battle, but Mook goes that first. Mook's first was way longer. Mook's first was probably like 10, 12 minutes, honestly. Like, seriously, all jokes aside. Geechi's first was probably like 4 minutes, 5 minutes tops. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, they're gonna get Mook that first round. The second round, Geechi was going crazy. He was cooking. He was talking to him, like literally talking to him. Like, bro, Geechi was in that bag, but it couldn't, like, he was getting reaction, you know what I'm saying? He was getting some of his bars off. People was picking up on some of the things he was saying. But by then, it was over. Like, it was completely over. Like, nobody really wanted to hear what Geechi had to say. Nobody was really interested. He started to, like, really battle the crowd. And that's why, like, in the third, I just, like, kind of walked away. Because it got to the point where Geechi is, like, pretty much, like, literally, he's battling the crowd now instead of Murda Mook. He's telling people, like, yo, hold on, just listen to this next bar. Like, stuff like that. Like, making a joke out of it. But it got a little cringy. It got a little weird. He's trying to get through his round, but they're not having it. They're booing, they're talking, there's commotion going on Murda Mook's side in the background, bro. Like, I don't know, Mook battles always be weird. Like, Mook be having some of the weirdest battles, and that's why I don't like Mook, bro. Like, he's always gonna be one of the greatest, always gonna be top tier, legendary, Mount Rushmore status, but battling in this new day and age, I do not like Mook, bro. I don't. Like, I don't, man. I really don't. That Rock battle was supposed to happen on a big stage, and Rock would have got him out of here if that battle would have happened on a big stage, not in New York, though. Like, if that battle would have happened, like, honestly, even this battle right here, if this Geechi and Mook battle would have happened, say, in, like, Atlanta or even Houston, that's more of a home game for Geechi, too. So, like, I feel as though, like, it would have been totally different. Like, Geechi would have been able to get his stuff off more clear. You know what I'm saying? Then he was like, that's another thing too. Big salute to Geechi because he was getting through. Like, he wasn't letting it stop him from actually trying to get his bars off. He was rebuttaling mid-round and everything. So, like, he was still in his bag, but it's just a cringe battle. And now they have, I guess, the battle's over. I don't know how to call it. Can't wait for all these to drop on the app so I can have more of a clear opinion on what's going on, because between all the gas and just like all the bullshit, like, these battles are very, like, hard to digest and watch right now on the first watch just live. But I guess coming up they have Jack Boy versus K-Shine. K-Shine got to the building late or something like that. There was a big thing going on this weekend with K-Shine saying he might not battle Jack because the URL was playing games with him and all this type of stuff. So Murda Mook and Geechi was supposed to be the main event. They went after Jazz and Vixen. So now I guess they're about to do K-Shine versus Jack Boy. It should be entertaining. They're both two of the best performers when it comes to battle rap. So hopefully that's a highly entertaining battle and the crowd just lets them get through and get their stuff off, please. Because, like, this is exhausting. I am tired now. Like, this event been going since 3 o'clock. It's like 8, almost 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Jazz and Vixen was like an hour long. This battle was just like an hour and 15 minutes long or something like that. I don't know, bro. But I don't know. It's a little crazy. URLTV Homecoming, a little lackluster so far, and that's only based on the crowd. The crowd really took away from that Mook and Geechi battle. But I'm about to go watch this K-Shine versus Jack, and I'm gonna do a totally different blog on that, so I can get more in depth into, you know what I'm saying, what happened with that whole situation or whatever too. But this is your boy Joe Cliff. If you was watching, let me know who you had winning, Geechi or whatever. Let me know what you thought about that New York crowd and everything that went down. We're here with Rock and the Joe Show, outside looking in. Holla at me. Let me know. Hit them comments, hit them likes, subscribe. We're here.